is, it's a good feature in P Pro 8 that it has autofill on your level 2. So you just start typing it in. But like the muscle memory, like now when you type in SPC, you have to remember to do the X.
Right. Because
there is a Virgin Galactic, which is a piece of trash, by the way, which we told you guys this one was going to go to the downside. And TXJ fan, if you didn't see my response, I absolutely am not going to do pineapple pizza if the Jets beat the Bills. I will accept just about any bet, Bills versus Jets, with any one of our viewers, but come on, the pineapple pizza thing is played out.
Yeah, we've done.
We can think of something new, but I will never back down. It's the Jets, okay?
I still think the Bill.
I'll paint my face on the stream. I'll wear it. What do you figure it out? As long as whoever loses that I make the bet with is willing to do something in kind, maybe you send us a picture decked out in Bills gear, and I get to post it up on social media. I think that's fair if I then would wear for the entire stream, like I could have Jets here and I could have a Jets cap on. But you're not beating the Bills, so don't even worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the markets here. As you said, the market's coming back in. I'm only in Virgin Galactic because it flat bottom broke and
the stream is down.
Virgin Galactic. But what, stream's what?
Down, apparently.
The stream is down.
We're just going to keep going as it gets
we're just
up.
going to keep going as if
SpaceX broke the stream. SpaceX broke the stream.
Of course it broke the stream.
Yeah, we're doing nothing differently over here. So if you guys are still with us, please refresh if you have any issues. If you're not with us, then I'm talking to nobody now anyways. It looks like our chat is completely off right now also. So I'm not sure what's going on, but we're going to get it all figured out very, very soon. We have 200 people watching right now, it says. So, all right, we'll just refresh it ourselves. And thank you for everybody that's in here with us. But seems like we've got a stream issue. It looks like we're back right now.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
okay, we're back.
I don't know how to tell everybody this because if you're not here, you're not here. But refresh the stream and you should be able to get back into it. It might be a completely, I think it almost started a completely different stream.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm not sure what happened there, but all right, we're back. Yeah, so here comes that Nvidia right to the upside. We did try a little bit of a short there. We're going to try it again at this 50-period moving average. I'm just thinking that, hey, let's sort of resume now. I mean, you know, SpaceX is out, obviously, and the market's trying to go. I thought maybe we were going to try to go for a run to VWAP there. We're underneath the 50 period. We started sloping down. It looked pretty good to me, but we're not going to be in these names for too long. And it's pretty good because we do have our stop there. So there's another position filled up for us. We're going to wait to see if VWAP winds up coming through, and then we're going to stop out above these prices right here, 205.50 or so on a stop there for Nvidia if that does want to come up. I was going to do something about the World Cup, but we'll wait for more and more people to come through. As today we have our first ever day right now, first ever game on Canadian soil.
You doing anything special to watch it?
No. I'm in Brampton tonight at 8 o'clock to watch it. Well, I mean, we're going to be on the air watching it. Right? So it's at 3 o'clock. So we're not. I mean, it's going to be. Yeah, I'm doing the show as we watch it.
You'd think we'd have a way to just throw it somewhere.
If it's allowed to be put on.
No, it can't be. It can't be. I don't think it could be anywhere that it can be seen on the stream because I'm pretty sure that would break some kind of a rule.
Yeah, that would make sense. So
FIFA's like a little hardcore.
We'll be able to update it as we go. Though,
very hardcore. You want to know the most gangster move? I'm going to hate on FIFA for a second. The most gangster move that FIFA does is like if you're a local bar, like you're not allowed to have the words like World Cup, even on like your white, like like the chalkboard signs that just like a bar just puts out on the street. That's what they do, right? Like it's how they get business traffic, people walking in. They can't put World Cup on that. And you know who enforces that rule? Not FIFA. Toronto bylaw officers. So FIFA's so gangster that they make the city have their own officers policing their own bars to not use their words. That's straight. You know you've got a good business. Oh, that's right. It's a monopoly. The one thing the free markets allow a lot of things, but not monopolies.
Yeah, we can't. We can't let Paramount buy Warner Brothers or anything. Of course, as we go. So, will Nvidia wind up buying Marvell or something? Who knows? But yeah, there's
Nvidia.
Already
tried.
No, SoftBank tried, not Nvidia.
No,
Nvidia's in Marvell.
No, that was ARM.
Yeah, that was
ARM.
Yeah. So, but there it goes right now. back to the upside. So it looks like the market is taking off now. And we can go back over and take a quick little look at SpaceX. My stop is still going to be here, 205.60. I only have 1 unit right now on this. We'll take a little bit more if it does get up into view up, because that's really the reason what we were doing. And I honestly thought that the NASDAQ was, and we took our first trade right here, I thought we were going to break lower. We just didn't do that now. And we're going to have our ear to the ground if there's any news. This almost seems like there is a little bit of news here, but it's only 2:30. Still lots to go through. We do have USO. We can always double check it. We could check it with the US dollar, like see. So I think it's just exuberance right now in the NASDAQ. We didn't get too much of a move today in USO. It was one early, it was one late there. And since then, it's just been kind of whatever. I don't know what that move was, around 10.53, but that USO was flat for the day, and then it's now down 2%. So we'll double check what the news is on that one. Bitcoin having themselves a relatively quiet day. I thought
it was something like not expected to have anything signed over the weekend.
That's it. Yeah, there was that. That it was not happening in Geneva. We did I guess we did talk about that actually. We ran through the futures today, which was really good. IBIT pretty flat. This is a trade we had earlier, which turned out to be a great one. We got stopped out right there, and then we bought it back once it broke through 75 again, and that was a good trade, and got stopped out at view up, but that wound up being pretty decent right there. So I am willing to short the futures if we do get back to day's high, because I just think that a lot of the exuberance of SpaceX now, it's finally gone. I mean, I've done many thousands of shares on this name here today, and it's obviously, I told you guys, it was a big day. It was the best day for me of the year, and hopefully we can have another one with OpenAI, and another one with Anthropic, and we've learned our lessons on some strategies, and we're just going to keep on going, right? Keep the move there to the upside, and like I said, it's too bad that I was out of basically 60% on that move, and then we're able to ride the rest of it higher because we did buy back in. What I wanted to go forward with is, and then we won't do this for very long again here, but these are the current odds, and today's quite the day, man. I mean, USA, you guys are going against Paraguay tonight, and look at that. Look at those odds. Like, these are really close games.
What's the time of the game?
Like, just to win, USA is plus money to win today against Paraguay. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit there. So there's Canada versus Bosnia. So Canada's favored. The home team for some reason is up top. So Canada right there favored over USA. It was favored over Paraguay. And as we go on later on tomorrow, there's only 2 games a day, right? There's Qatar. Maybe there's more on Saturday. Brazil, not heavy over Morocco. That's a little strange there. Qatar and Switzerland. But yeah, these 2 games. What about a parlay? Canada win with United States win. To give you a decent return there. That's not horrible.
That's a tough one, because
there's the parlay right here.
One of them's gonna tie.
So there it is, plus 269. So you drop $10 on that, you're gonna get 26.90. And yeah, the tie is juicy, right? In that. So
if you can pick one of them, for
26.90 right now.
But I don't think your Paraguay can pull up.
Canada could tie. I mean, it's soccer.
We're supposed to be. Look, we should be good.
We should be good.
I don't expect. You have to temper expectations. Here in Canada, winning the match today is basically the World Cup. Getting out of the group, the city will lose its mind.
I think we're still favored to get out of the group.
But getting out of the group stage is our World Cup. Anything that happens after that would be gravy for Canada, if we're being honest about it. This ain't hockey, all right? Where, I mean, we still
0-0 final. Maybe
still haven't even figured that out with hockey. Yeah, it's been a while.
Team Canada played 10 times better than Team USA. I mean, get the hatred in the chat. I mean, if you know anything about hockey, it's just Hellebuyck stand on his head, and that's what sports is.
But even in the World Championship,
I feel like the Jays played better than the Dodgers overall. We had some couple bad breaks there. Obviously, we didn't have the pitching that Yamamoto, but we were safe at home if we take the leadoff.
Can I ask you a question? How long has Gia been playing baseball?
7 years. I don't know.
Do they have leadoffs in her league?
No. Well, you got to lead off once it crosses the plate, but I know.
Okay.
Well,
when they lead off after it crosses the plate,
I'm literally yelling.
Do they take a step that's more longer than this?
You would think so, yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't understand that.
When you teach kids baseball, anybody that ever coaches Little League or has played Little League, are you okay to be off the bag more than this? So why is a professional baseball player with good reaction?
It's also not like they were going to get picked off. He was never going to try to pick him off.
The coaches and staff told him to be standing there, and he didn't get a chance to answer that. So I apologize for all the hate that Isaiah Kiner-Falefa got because he didn't take a lead and cost us the World Series. It wasn't his fault. He was told not to take that lead, and he was just following orders, which kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, we'll get back there next year or this year.
We did get our NVIDIA there. SpaceX is moving around. Like, so I was just actually looking. I'm going to refresh it. It was $23 for 100 shares. So it's not.
It came down.
Yeah, Obi was saying it was roughly that last time he checked.
I paid when I paid.
So you got it. So let's go. Short.
Oh, I have I pay. I always pay for locates. If you've heard me, whether I'm going to or not, I took one small shot at it short. But whether I'm going to or not, I pretty much will always pay for the locate.
Yeah, it's still 23 cents.
And it was 30 cents earlier. It's 23 now. On Monday, it'll be probably under 10 cents a share.
I mean, I can be convinced to go short.
Real. Like I would love to see this one lose under that 165 reference, because this is when it broke trend. I go, yeah, whatever. I'm going to take this trade here, breaking trend, yada yada. That was at 65, and it just bounced off 65. So I think if it starts to lose that, fine. But I don't wonder if you got a better opportunity. Like I'm actually looking at Rocket Labs.
How come I don't have Hyde Law cross quotes on? I mean, there's one that keeps on coming through.
Oh yeah, I've been having some luck. The problem. So the thing is, this is a liquidity event. Anyway, so I might take Rocket Lab if it pops into VWAP short. That's what I was going to say. But if you're trading today, the amount of sheer volume that was going through, it's very difficult for anything visually to capture it. Mm-hmm. Like your time and sales is fine, your executions are fine, but man, that level 2 in moments was just unreadable because of the speed at which things were happening. And there's so much volume coming through. It's almost as if it was, the only other time I saw anything like that was Tesla. Tesla going into the S&P 500 is the only other time that you're looking at a level 2 and you've been looking at level 2s all your adult life, and you're just not making heads or tails of it. You can look at the tape and the tape seems fine, but you can't even use your level 2. There's no point even looking at it. Things were moving so quickly. It will calm down. I think regardless of what happens, even if it were to lose 65, for all everybody said, this was successful. Like everybody was saying this was going to be a rug, and we saw you guys, a lot of people in the chat saying, "Hey, this looks like a bit of a rug job," and maybe it could have been. The rug was in the other space names, and that's just the reality. And they didn't even do that bad of a rug. Like Rocket Labs is down 10%. Rocket Lab is down 10%. It's at the 50 period, and if you go back to the beginning of the year, like it's still up on the year, it's still up from the March dip. It has an outside chance at a bounce that maybe holds the 50 period here. I think this could be okay at the 200. Maybe we get like a cooling off period where they flush some of these out, and then you start to figure out which ones are going to do a little bit better. So we'll see. I think obviously today some money came out of them. Sell the news, right? IPOs tend to be sector tops. I think that's tried and true. You heard Michael say that a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to try to short. So I'm short right now. So new position alert on SpaceX. I'm just short here, 168.75. I just want to see, like, we haven't broke. And look, I mean, into the close here, is it potentially that we do get a little bit of a flush on SpaceX? I don't think it's impossible. I'm not sure it's, I'm not sure how likely a complete flush is, but, we've been holding this, and I'll be out very quickly, and you're going to see me in a couple seconds. If we break this, 170, well, that's 170.35. That's your 50-period moving average. I'm just, like, we haven't really done much except for, downside there since 2 o'clock. So let's wait to see. It looks like it's getting some sort of love back here on SPCX right now. I'm going to take a little bit more at 170, then end the trade at 171. Okay, so if we break back above 171, then we'll say see you later to this one. We're trying it. You can't win unless you try. And I'm not trying to do anything fancy here. I like SpaceX, and I do think there's a good chance here. But let's just wait to see if it does break in through there. At $23 for 100 shares, it's fine. It's not going to bankrupt me at all, for sure. And so we're going to wait to see what winds up. There it is. So there's the short we got at 170 right now, giving us an average price of 169.23. So even if we wind up losing at 171, I don't think the slippage will be huge. The spread right now is 10 cents. So that's reasonable for me. And yeah, just small, man, like one board lot now. And if we get into 171, we'll get stopped out. So definitely in my realm of a reasonable hit here, especially on a day like today, of down 60 cents right now. If we get stopped out, we'll lose $1.80. Okay, so what we're looking to do here is cash that out. If we can get anything at 167, 167.30, that'll give us a little bit better than 1-to-1. So let's just put a bid down there. We don't know if it's gonna potentially get down there, so we'll put a small bid, see if we can get out of 20% down on that number, and then we'll just go. So up to the 50-period moving average on SpaceX, we're gonna short that one and then go from there. The only other position Neil's got, almost said SpaceX again, but it's Virgin Galactic.
I'm looking at the book.
What's happening?
I think it's flashing old prices on the book periodically.
Yeah, that's what was pissing me off too. I kept on seeing all those prices come through.
It's like old. It's instead of the like old prints on the tape, it's flashing old price on level 2, which is fine. And this is yeah. I'm not short SpaceX. It was just a flat bottom. The flat bottom
space. You mean space?
Yeah.
Why don't we get rid of that then?
Virgin Galactic. I'm just holding on. I have a stop.
Oh, you are short. Oh, I thought you said you were not short.
Not SpaceX.
Oh,
it's Virgin Galactic.
Yeah,
that's all.
There's SpaceX in the money now for us on that.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Anyways, there was something else I was just going to say. It was probably this. We're about to hit a triple top in the Qs. So my first thought is, okay, triple top. I want to try to. It's the afternoon, Friday afternoon. I want to look for like something that is a fade on the move up. And you would have heard me say Rocket Lab, but it's not really going upside. I want to find something weak. ASTS is not moving, because I don't think I'll get a reload in Virgin Galactic. SMCI has been a dog. That could be something. So yeah, maybe I might look at, this is down 5% into an up market. Might look for something in this range, like 30, 65. As the market gets to that top, well, the NASDAQ gets to that top. I know when we say the market, oftentimes we're saying the NASDAQ and you guys are thinking the SPY. As the NASDAQ gets to that high, I want to look for a short here in SMCI. I just heard him say something about SpaceX.
Oh, he said something about how they had to rent more computing power or something. I don't know what exactly that story was there. See if there was a story. Is he still back there? No. I was going to say, okay, I'll look out to see what that story was, but I don't think it was anything major. It's not really moving the stock. And I mean, 400, I mean, congratulations. I can't believe we're saying congratulations to like Elon Musk and stuff, but congratulations to everybody that's been involved here. I mean, congratulations to Elon too, but come on, I mean, 400 million shares, here, I'm about to get stopped out right now. 400 million shares done here today. And very, I'm gonna say it right now. This is very orderly. I don't, no halts. We had 75% chance, and I voted halts. I think we all did. Thought that this name was going to halt at some point there today. It seems like they priced it right. They opened it right. It was very smooth off open. I didn't see I'm about to get stopped out right now, but I didn't see, really any problems with the quotes. I mean, now we're seeing some, but I think that's NASDAQ that's just stuck there. But yeah, not much going on. See, like there's flashing some big size there. That's not actually real. But yeah, very, very orderly, very smooth. And yeah, I think it allowed people to get, like, I got out and in, so there was opportunities to do that down there as well. And I just felt like, Obi was trading it kind of, I think, both ways a little bit maybe. And there's been lots of opportunity, and you didn't really get like rinsed, so to speak, as a lot of us thought maybe. Like, and I know Obi was talking about it early, and we all were. When you look at ARM, you look at Robinhood, there was IPOs that hit the level and then dropped a couple bucks, and then started to go. On SpaceX, we didn't get that. I mean, I know that you're going to look here and you're going to see maybe the more I zoom in.
You know what? It was crazy.
Yeah. That's 150 only. Like this didn't happen. That's 135. But I just want to say just quickly.
I think it's broken the exchange record for notional volume, and we have an hour to go.
You think so? 400 million?
I looked
on this.
No, I looked
$170? Okay.
It's roughly $66 billion.
I'm here to believe that.
Which of shares notionally traded, and according to Gemini, Tesla has the record at something from like 40 to 50 plus billion on its best days.
So we got to buy NDAQ.
This has done more volume notionally than any stock in history, and it only traded half a day so far.
Yeah, but the half a day thing. I think that's always going to be probably the case on IPOs. So there's NASDAQ, so you want to buy the NASDAQ exchange based on maybe some of this. Nice move there, NASDAQ going the upside. Remember, they're all going to get money based on every single trade. That's how these guys work. Excuse me, Morgan Stanley's the one that brought this name to all us here on retail. So again, with record volume today, they're going to be picking up some of that VIG, we call it. That's like the percentage that they're going to make on, on releasing it. It's like when you gamble, you don't just pay. That's why it's always minus 105. You know, you got to pay 5% somewhere. So that's kind of like what's happening here with Morgan. And then today we got Goldman. Both these names probably to the upside again. Wow, Goldman Sachs almost $1,100. Well, crazy that it actually gets up to that. But there it is now, another 3% now for that one. So here we go. We are about to get stopped out here. SpaceX is going to make that move through 171. We could have got out a couple times for in the money, but we didn't do that. So we're just going to give it to 171. It's been a pretty easy looking top right there. We're lucky to have not got stopped out, to be honest with you. And here's the pullback into 169. Like, I'm short at 169.20. I'm not... This is to lose $1.80. I only have one board lot. We had many more than that straight off the open. So here it comes right back in. Looks like we may get back into the money there. And then the other trade that I'm working on is just NVIDIA, right? And we've just been trying to short it basically against up into there. And yeah, we'll get going here. Again, agreements. I just worried that there is going to be some more positive talk potentially this weekend. So, you know, let's just wait. I thought NVIDIA being only up 1.13 against the NASDAQ, that's 0.8. You know, just trying to play the short there. Let's wait to see what winds up happening. I do understand that it's a dangerous position to be in. All right, SpaceX just flew down a little bit here. I'm going to take advantage of that and see if we can get a little bit of a fill, because I do feel somewhat lucky that this has absorbed that 171. We were moments away from getting stopped out. So let's just get a piece out here at 168.50 if we're able to, as now it goes right back in. We're flat on this trade for now. It's SpaceX. I'm bidding 167 and 168. Let's see if we get one of those takes right here, right now. And now it's time to talk to Sia. What's going on back there?
Yeah, so SpaceX has rented out the full capacity of its Colossus 1 data center to Anthropic after struggling to use it for its own Grok models. It's still up 25% almost on the day. It had planned to train its Grok models across a cluster of the 3 Memphis area data center campuses, but connecting Colossus 1, this is coming from reports, to two sites more than 10 miles away reportedly created latency issues compounded by aging network infrastructure and a mix of NVIDIA chip generations inside the facility. So rather than to keep working through this limitation, SpaceX has reportedly determined that the facility was more valuable as a revenue stream and has leased the full capacity to Anthropic.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, thanks there, Sia, about that. So that's that compute rental power there. We're still watching out for NVIDIA's near the top. Remember, my stop is 205.70, so if that breaks there, we're going to get out of that one, and it'll be an L, unfortunately. We haven't gotten any more out there on SpaceX, but so far so good here today, guys. Yeah, all right, let's go talk about maybe something else. Let us know in the chat if there are any other names you want us to talk about. I mean,
Chad is saying Marvell is weak.
Maybe. I mean, this is what I'm worried about.
What are you talking? Whoa, Chad.
Marvell is weak.
Hold on a second.
Does he mean Marvell the Siri, like the Marvell as in Batman?
Okay, now I'll be the first to tell you, when Disney put out that Marvel's movie with like the 3 Captain whatever, and I'm guilty of watching anything that they put out it's Star Wars or like comic book related, and now that was weak. The stock is up 2%. It's at the high of the day. It's okay, fine. If you're off the all-time highs, maybe not, but this is hardly qualifies as weak. So you gotta call it out. You gotta call it out. Because I pulled it up. I'm like, what the heck? If the market's at the highs, why would that stock be weak? I jumped right to it because I think that would give you an opportunity. That's why I went over to SMCI, which now I have a theory. So far, confirmed on 2 stocks. There's something happening hilariously with the level 2s on anything beginning with the letter S in our system that's a NASDAQ stock. Because I get quotes, I'm getting some weird quotes too on SMCI. But anyway, short that one in VWAP. Marvell is absolutely fine and it's strong. And it's strong, the market's strong, ARM is strong, AMD is strong. We're just gonna go down the line. They're all strong, 5.5%. Have a look at I wanna look at my quote board.
Marvell, I like.
But the other thing was, one of the good things I think that happened today that was a good indicator was the fact that it went to a big buy imbalance when they kept bringing the price down. I think if we had not seen that be the case, it might have been a different story. All right, so what is good? Like 11% on ARM, AMD strong, CCL. Remember, if a deal's getting done, travel names are doing absolutely fine. Oxy is gonna be up 2%, Marvell, we already saw there. Who stinks today? well, I mean, whatever, SMC.
I mean, I have a name, Microsoft.
Palantir's down 2, Amazon, Affirm, Apple's down 1.7% today?
Okay, that's even worse. Microsoft, I thought down 0.4 was something here.
Why? Why is Apple down?
I do want to show you guys this. Like, if OpenAI, so what is it, 30, or was it 27%, I think, owned, OpenAI owned by Microsoft? You know, so you do get a 1.7 trillion valuation on SpaceX. It's now over 2 trillion. So the open market is valuing SpaceX more than, you know, the private market right now. So that's true. So what if OpenAI, Microsoft, this is a potential play there, as we know that they filed confidentially to open to IPO. And, you know, Microsoft should be some of the beneficiary of, by the way, like SpaceX was just almost, it was almost tanking there, to be honest with you, breaking that 169. Now it's back up to 171, and we're going to look like we may get stopped out. But this is interesting to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is after FOMO Nation, because we did have, I remember just being on the stream here, and a lot of traders, once Microsoft broke above, even one of our buddies messaged me and was like, oh man, I told you, I miss Microsoft. And it was just kind of like, okay. And then basically 2 or 3 days later, we hit that 200 period moving average. And then since then, it's all the way back in. So did you miss Microsoft? If you thought you did, you're getting an opportunity right now to buy what is another monster stock at probably a decent price. Now, what is a decent price? Nobody knows, but when you're coming all the way back down, and we can find out the PE on Microsoft, see if that's a reasonable marker right now. But yeah, so far so good. If you're looking long on Microsoft in the dip buy zone, you might be into one right here, right now. And yeah, I'm gonna go to C in 1 second. It's just, we just had another run to 171 there and faded out off of that. So here's that move that I was just talking about. Like, I thought we were gonna break lower there. That was 168 and change. Then we just went to 168.50 or whatever that was and stopped again and then blasted right up. So in one candle there, SpaceX went 168.50 up to 170.50. So, you know, definitely moving a couple dollars in a minute there, capable of doing even more than that is SpaceX. And again, what a great open, what a great show. I hope you guys thought that, and sure. I know that we really felt that here. And again, really orderly, right? Like SpaceX did not have any hiccups, no halts, no major wicks down, no major like, oh, I crap my pant moments or anything like that. Like, it was very, very easy, calm, cool, collected. And actually this 25...
How it should be.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what I'm saying. Like, a big shout out to the market makers and everybody out there that was trying to do the best for, you know, shareholders and creating a fair market, right? It's like we didn't want anyone to get rugged, not only because we were long, but it's just in general. Like, you want to have a good feel for the market. And I think that if this shows some stabilization, people can once again become more confident that the market's not as rigged as it is, but not as rigged here, where it gives, you know, the common person an opportunity to get in, you know, basically on the ground floor. Like, it gave you 150 today, which is not far off of 135. So for all those whales in there, like Kevin O'Leary, and he called himself that. So, yeah. You know, all those guys that are looking to buy boatloads of shares, if they were able to get it, they got it at 135, and guess what? They're not allowed to sell, or, okay, they're not told to sell. But if you bought it at 150, there is no restrictions, I would assume, whatsoever. You took the risk in the open market, so you might even be better off, man, holding on.
In this case,
because now you're selling now, and
there's an argument, because there's an argument that in this particular case, if you have the 150, the lack of a restriction gives you more flexibility. You can then take profit and then roll into
Anthropic.
I keep wanting to say Anthropic, but it's going to be OpenAI that's next. Yes, and we'll get Anthropic, but we don't know when we're getting Anthropic. OpenAI is supposed to be September. And after this, I think that just, if today was a trial run or confidence for that, you got to throw in the fact that SpaceX didn't crater the market held the highs, we're still looking pretty strong going into the weekend. The only thing that fell apart were the other space stocks. And
NVIDIA went green there and then popped back up, by the way.
Green on the day?
No, it's not green. Yeah, it is green on the day, but barely. No, my trade. So I'm short here at 91s. Look what just happened.
But it didn't just go.
It literally touched 91. Like, that was the 50-period moving average. So yeah, that's no surprise it bounced off of that, man. Maybe we should have covered there. I don't know. I'm still trying to roll with this one. And by the way, I think we got to go to Adara, but we'll just go like this. Yahoo a little bit. Sorry, Adara. Sorry, Sia. Because right into there, we just got that 168 50s. So not a huge trade. We just took 80 cents on a little bit there. We still have it. So we took 80 cents on that one, and we're going to wait for a little bit lower of a tick here on SPCX. You know, let's see what the hour of power brings us here on SpaceX. It's over to Sia.
The SPY currently trading a bit towards the 1% mark. It's up 0.58% at the moment. We're going to take a look at the sectors for today. Electric tech, mixed sentiment here. There's a lot of green. INTC up on the day, 7.28%. Apple is still holding that down. Momentum is down almost 2% today. Nvidia trading flat, had a little bit of an uptick, but currently trading up 0.16%. MU flat. AVGO down 1%. AMD up almost 5%. Tech services, we have Google trading almost up 1%. Meta, Microsoft flat. Oracle down by 1%. Netflix currently down. Finance is holding that strength from all the underwriters of the SpaceX IPO, holding that momentum. JPM, BAC, we have Goldman Sachs and also Citi up. Goldman Sachs up 3.09%. Retail trade, Amazon is down 1.5%. Walmart, Costco still trading flat. Producer manufacturing sentiment looking pretty good. CAT is up almost 2% on the day. LRCX up 2.5%. And with that, Tesla in consumer durables trading flat at the moment. We heard that Tesla, the attention of the investors has shifted from Tesla to SpaceX after its IPO debut. That's probably one of the reasons of that. Then in health technology, we have LLY, Lilly trading down 2%. J&J has currently made a bit of a comeback. It's up almost 1%. ABBV up 1.2%. Energy Minerals, Exxon trading flat, was trading in the green. Reversed its gains a little bit. Hopefully ends the day strong. CVX up almost 1%. With that, that's for your sector watch. Sending it back to you.
Boo, Eli Lilly. Boo. Boo.
Is it down?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, boo Eli Lilly.
Eli Lilly's not supposed to go down. What are we talking about?
Let's go down. Come on, bruh.
Bruh.
I mean, stocks only go up, right?
Yes.
I mean.
Well, I mean, Apple's down today.
Oh.
You can't, everything can't win every day.
That's too bad.
If you're going to be upset that the market is up, or the NASDAQ is up 0.7.
We were saying the NASDAQ's now down 3.5% from all-time highs.
Exactly. The ES looking pretty strong. SpaceX did fantastically. Like, almost every chip name is, I think literally every chip name except for SMCI that I've seen is going to be up today.
You know, here.
For sure. And Intel is probably going ham. Intel's up 7%. Like, weren't we just, oh my, Intel is going to get to the all-time high again.
NVIDIA's tanking.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go. All right, it's happening again. Here we go, man. I mean, again, whatever. There's a nice move down to the downside right there for NVIDIA. See you later. Nice move here. We waited for that break. We got it. We were pretty patient. Our average price is what it is. It's not a huge win. It's 40 cents, but we're in that name right now. We're going to put another bid out at 63. I do have a bid at 51s, but I don't know if that was news related there or what. Actually, the market. Actually, sorry, my bad. I didn't see the market there fall apart.
Popped.
Yeah, the market dropped. Yeah, sorry. So the market fell down. So there goes NVIDIA with it. I did just hear in my ear, though. Did you hear that? Amazon got awarded, a deal there from the Department of something. Check it out, Sia. Yeah, something about Amazon getting awarded some sort of a cloud deal. And it was in the billions. I think it was 2.7 billion or something. So that's surprising. And I actually was just about to go. There's one other name I wanted to go over, but, you know, there is something. Just keep looking, see, you'll find it soon. But there it is to the downside. I just wanted to say, like, Amazon with Anthropic and Google are the two biggest shareholders. Google and Amazon are the two biggest shareholders of Anthropic. So if public companies that you can invest in. So I was going to say, like, if you think Anthropic's going to go off without a hitch and give you more value than the current private market, public markets have rewarded SpaceX shareholders today with that. And so if you are thinking something similarly, you can get involved with Google. As I know, our good friend Joe has recently picked up some Google there at 350, I think he said. So that's turning out to be a good little pickup there. So you can get some value. And then I just want to show one other name here because Alibaba, so we did take a piece out of SpaceX there, by the way, at 168.50. We did talk about that. We took 80 cents. It might go against us. Look at this name. And I don't know, I don't love Alibaba. We talked about it. We've had Brian Shannon on a couple times and had talked about, like, why would you trust a Chinese sort of name? We've seen, you know, yeah, pretty bullish or bearish on it. But that was a good break. Like that 120 break, that just went down today to 108 or 109. So that was a good, or was that yesterday? That was a big move, and you know, you're starting now to really bleed out on Alibaba. And if you go over, and then I'll throw it back to C, or we'll talk about something else here in a minute, but if we go over, because I think that Amazon story, there it is. I just found the Amazon story, so I'll let you break it, but it's Department of Homeland Security, okay? See us if you do find it. It's Amazon, it's there. So here's a weekly chart for Alibaba. Let's go over to a monthly chart, actually. This was, Charlie Munger really loved this name. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it was a high of 300 and change during COVID, or that's December of 2020. Then it just really came back in, almost fell like really completely down to the gutters there, had bounced off $60. So that was a most recent move higher. I'm not gonna say the sky is falling, but you know, that 50-period moving average, excuse me, you're getting into an area now, we just took another fill on SpaceX, you're getting into an area now of 103 where you could find some buyers in and around that $100 marker. So I'm thinking for myself, and again, just for myself, it might be time to dip a little bit into Alibaba. I mean, just thinking about what President Trump might do with the tariffs and everything like that. Maybe that now my computer's, something's going slow here now. Maybe it's just my mouse. Something could happen with Alibaba and the rest of them. All right, now we're in the money a little bit more. We just took another piece out for another $1 there on SpaceX. It did go as low as 167.50. I'm at 167.35, so it's too bad we didn't get filled there, but here it's coming back in right now. We're running the short, man. I'm feeling like Obi over here, just less handsome, as we run the reversion back down in on SpaceX. So there it goes, man. Yeah, Obi, let me borrow some hair. Nice move down there. We're gonna throw over to Neil, handle some business.
Yeah, we got the shorts working for sure, but you know what? That just means volatility is in play, and when it is, if you're a sophisticated trader, it's gonna be movement, and that's opportunity. Beta Pro by Globex is offering Canada's first and longest running suite of leverage and inverse ETFs, and they're built for sophisticated investors who understand the risks of leverage and the importance of precision. It's triple leverage bull and 3x bear ETFs tied to the NASDAQ 100 index are designed for daily tactical trades, providing amplified daily exposure and giving traders tools to engage with both upward momentum and market pullbacks. These strategies are currency hedged, seeking to offset US dollar exposure back to the Canadian loonie. So for those navigating short-term market moves, up or down, Beta Pro offers the flexibility to act with conviction, whatever that looks like for your individual strategy, objectives, and risk profile. So trade tactically, everybody. Learn more at betapro.ca. Want to shout out to them. And I also want to say this, because why not? They're Canadian. And I don't know, suppose any second now they're going to be kicking off.
Yeah, that's really sick, man.
I don't have anywhere to stream it right now, so I was going to put it up on a side thing, but I don't have one. Joe sent me a link that doesn't work, so thanks.
What a surprise.
He sends me a link, I'm like, thank you, and then I click it, I'm like, bro, you're trying to put like some kind of a hex on my PC. And so for myself, we got down to support. Well, it's not quite down to 30. I was looking for VWAP into about 30, but then the NASDAQ is catching a bit of a bid. So I'm gonna pop out. The second I see us start to catch that bid, see some buyers start to jump in, end that short, look for something else at VWAP as SMCI continues to be a bit of a dog. Like people were saying Intel's tanking and this and that. I just sort of looked at Intel. Like it moved down, but Intel's strong. Like this isn't the one I wanna fight. It's gotta be, like, give me something weak. That's what I want to see. And
we're now $3 in the money.
Chat. Why? Oh, here we go. What is VWAP?
I wish I could tell you.
That's the volume weighted average price. So VWAP.
Oh boy.
Volume weighted average price. It is. Yeah,
where am I?
You could literally Google Trader TV Live and VWAP, and you will come up with multiple educational videos on it. It's probably one of the most used.
Did you say VWAP or FediWAP?
Both.
Oh, both. Okay.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello.
By the way, right now, we are now $4 in the money. Money. Let's go, Obi. Let's go. There it is, man. We told you we were putting on our Obi pants, and there it goes straight down to the downside right there. So that's $4 plus. And I just tweeted it out right here. I mean, going is, what's it? Okay, he's saying 150. Okay.
Not going to 150.
Are you short? Are you short?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay, he's still short as well. Okay.
Short
Yeah, okay. I just said, am I crazy going into SPCX right here, short? So there's the long, obviously, cooked that one. And now we're playing into that short. As there it goes, now it's $4. 1, 2, this is not the dollar club. Celebratory actions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now on SpaceX, back to the downside. So I caught a little bit of a bid there. We have been covering. Here comes the bids right back in. Let's not get too excited about this because it still is SpaceX. I'm going to start to cover a little bit more. I'm out of half, almost exactly half right now of that trade. So there goes SpaceX to the downside. And we were honestly, this is the thing, look, moments away from being ticked out, right? Our stop out was 170 or 171. So I just want to tell you guys one thing. My short is right here at it was 169.40s. So we were going to be willing to risk $1.70. So we're now in the money 4. So this is where the covering starts a little bit more seriously. We also are looking at this level right there, 166. That's been holding, so we're doing that. And then just one more quick check. We did cover here on NVIDIA a decent amount as it came back into some levels. So NVIDIA and SpaceX, we're doing it, and we're doing it live, especially now with Sierra.
That's completely okay. We're just going to take a look at that Amazon headline that you were talking about. It's just Department of Homeland Security has awarded Amazon Web Services the Department of Wide Cumulus Cloud Services contract for computing infrastructure providers, data processing, web hosting, and certain related services. Just Department of Homeland Security awarding AWS, the Department of Wide Cumulus Cloud Services contract for computing infrastructure providers, data processing, web hosting, and certain related services. With that, Amazon, where are you right now? Amazon's still down almost 2% of the day.
That's fine. Amazon.
I mean, that was that chart I looked at. I think Amazon's a buy at these levels.
Amazon was fun. The 200-period SMA.
Just in my opinion.
Simple moving average on the daily. That's your bottom. Why not? I don't know why I have this. I got to get rid of that trend line. It's completely useless. Amazon looks solid in here. And remember, oftentimes when you buy a solid company, it can be nice to do so on the dip. Remember how badly everyone was calling, somebody on the show calls Apple the dead one because for a long time it wasn't performing the way the rest of the S&P was, but it ended up being the nice, boring long that just worked. So I think you just stick with those types of names, and if they want to sell the baby with the bathwater, let them do it. And when they do it, if your time horizon on a stock like Amazon is 10 years or 5 years, pullbacks is a great way to accomplish it. The real question I'm asking myself is, do I move my stink bid and my personal account on the SpaceX CDR, or do I leave it? For now, I'm leaving it. I don't want to FOMO into it. But anyways, by the way, the market did catch a little bit of a bid. I'll take one more shot at VWAP here on SMCI if it does come back in. Basically, it made that bottom, but I just looked at the market making a bit of a temporary bottom, and that could be a little something for sure. It's only 3 o'clock, and I suspect things could get interesting. It's the end of the week. Next week will be much different when it comes to the rebalancing and all that. The rebalancing happens on Monday, which is new for us because Juneteenth is a holiday. So all of the index changes are happening.
Oh, the following Monday.
On the following Monday, effective the 22nd. Okay. Well, so all those index changes like Marvell and Rocket Lab is going into the NASDAQ 100, all that's happening on Tuesday morning, meaning it's the close on Monday, the 22nd. So that'll be interesting. We'll be off on Monday. But the early look is Pfizer only. And you won't see any kind of early look imbalance for SpaceX. You'll just see the residual for when it opened because it's a NASDAQ stock. We'll only see New York, and we'll be able to update you there. Nice to see that. I just flashed and saw that the VIX, or UVXY, and the VIX was down 5%, which is good. Volatility, back down where we like to see it so the markets can go up. See ya.
Again, a headline just coming in from Meta a couple of minutes ago. Meta saying it plans to crack down on employee token use because AI costs are soaring. Means that Meta is moving to curb employee usage of AI because AI costs have reached billions. Meta currently down on the day, 0.29%.
Thank you very much.
I think that's about right. I mean, we did hear that story about how expensive some of these tokens have been costing, and kind of out of nowhere, right? I mean, they've been really, and I was actually talking to my kid about this too. He told me, like, you know, all these things are being subsidized. So it's like, you know, if you're not used to, you know, paying for, you know, everything you're doing, like the nano bananas or the creating images or, you know, anything that you're doing, it's been subsidized till now. So get ready to start hitting some of those limits, and then, you know, having to pay. He told me it was he's on like $100 a month for Claude. I don't know, excuse me, how much that really gives him as far as computing power or anything like that, or how many tokens that is. But he's never run out, and he's running a whole bunch of things. So that's $100 on Claude a month.
Let us know what you guys. Anybody that's paying for, and it doesn't have to be Claude. I don't care.
Whatever it is.
Just tell us which one, if you don't mind. I don't like. I'm not paying any of them.
Me neither. Well, we have Gemini through Google with our corporate.
Yeah, through the corporate account. Yeah. So like, I'm not paying anything, but I'd be curious to see what people are paying, and if they find it useful, and when those go up, because productivity is going to get helped by it, are you willing to pay more? We already saw how Uber seemed to flub everything. Using
they didn't turn off the restrictions or whatever it was.
Like, you figure it that.
Someone said Anthropic is
Uber. Seriously.
So here's Twisted Trades here in the chat. So Twisted Trades is $200 a month for Anthropic. So there you go. So that's probably something similar. My kid's, I think, is university, so maybe there's a student rate that he's paying. $30 in Perplexity there as well. $200 a month to OpenAI, says Robert. Yeah, there's 20 to ChatGPT. Okay, $200 a month. And they've done millions in development costs. So yeah, so that's the thing. There still is value there if you know how to use it, right? So $200 a month for sure. I just wonder, you know, they're trying to commoditize this. At some point, there's going to be, okay, what's up more? There it is. So people are super chatting. Okay, so trying to put, it's nonstop. Okay, $3 a month in Claude. So I guess there's, yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, these are the chats, so they're back. So we'll start to use those again. But yeah, it just goes to show you that there are many different options out there in what you're gonna do. And I wonder if there's like the whole grandfathering in, right? Remember with your cell phone plans? You know, yeah, it's like, oh, I got, you know, my plan is still $50 a month, but thank God it's grandfathered in. And then they come out with all these new plans, but you still get to keep yours. So I wonder if that's something that they'll eventually wind up.
That was my no-fee bank account. Because,
yeah, exactly. Because right now the students, yeah, you're a student, right?
No, it wasn't a student.
Well, your dad worked. Somebody worked. Or no, it was through.
Yeah,
Nortel.
so my pop worked for. If you maybe people don't know Nortel, but Nortel used to be like the biggest and most important tech company in Canada that went under, and so like the local bank CIBC.
It was big in the world. It was a big in the world.
Essentially, they had like there was accounts for employees that were like no fee accounts and stuff. And I remember he opened an account when I was like, really young under that. And then I remember one point after they go in, he goes, "So by the way, don't make any changes on your account." I'm like, "Why not?" He's like, "Well, because you're still getting all of the benefits from it, but that could go at any single moment." So I was sitting there just for the longest time.
Yeah, just trying to be quiet about it.
Yeah, it was the best for a while. No, but it sucks for it sucked for Nortel. And I'm going to segue this back to something else. And Sharif said this, and I have some concerns about ASML.
Don Sharifo.
He owns probably, I think he was saying this morning, he was selling ASML because it was too big in his portfolio. It's not for me, but they have an absolute monopoly in their segment. And the concern with them is nobody can copy what they do with their lithography machines, right? But at the same time, China's trying to come up with alternatives. And if they come up with alternatives that gives them real competition that they have never had before, think about everybody else in the AI space. They've had to compete with somebody. They might be winning, but they have competition and they've proven they can beat that competition. ASML's never truly had that. And I don't wonder if they get it for the first time. I'm not saying sell ASML, it's not like I have, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking it, and you gotta wonder, again, this is something that ended up happening like Nortel had an absolute stranglehold on telecommunications, and it ended up being that
there's news on Roku. There's something big on Roku. I think Roku might have just had a potential buyout offer or something on Roku. No, seriously, something's going on Roku there.
I hope so.
Offer of memorandum or something. I heard it in my ear. I don't look. It's up 19%. It just popped right now on extreme volume. So let's go Roku if you're a shareholder here. It should halt if there's any kind of a story like that with news pending. But I mean, again, anybody can receive a a note that someone's interested. But there it goes. Wow, 20. Wow, we brought this to you like at 15%. There it is, up another 5%. There goes Roku to the upside, and bang, we back, baby. Let's go back into the dollar clubs again. There's $5 now.
It is supposedly in sale talks.
Okay, in sale talks, good. So
it's a rumor. They're looking into a sale process.
Yeah,
There's
okay,
rumors
exactly.
online, basically.
So ain't no rumor here. This is for real. We are now short SpaceX, and we talked about this for a minute, man. We've been short for an hour, and there it is, or 45 minutes, and there it is to the downside. We just got another piece out at 165. That's hilarious. I was bidding, I'm bidding 163, not 164, but there it comes into 163. Here we go, Obi. We're doing it, man. It's going to the downside right now, and yeah, we had to put on our brave pants, that's for sure, to short this, but it's coming back in. There it is. Can we get $7 on this trade? Yes, we can. We run this thing to the north side. We're running this thing to the south side, man. It's been a great opportunity to sit here and trade this today. It's been a heck of a lot of fun, and we want to thank all of you for watching, and hopefully you guys are having fun with us as well, as we're doing it live one more time at Trader TV. So boom shakalaka laka, and guess what? He's on fire. NVIDIA also going to the downside right now. We'll see what that's going to do as we go over to SIA, I believe. Do you have that Roku story?
There isn't a Roku story. I've been looking for it. It's just, if there's anything, I will let you know. But there's a couple of headlines coming from Iran. Iran's top negotiator, Khalibaf saying for the closed deal ahead, there is no other way. Arakchi, the Iran foreign minister, is telling State TV that Iran is the winner of the war with the U.S. and Iran has emerged stronger in the war with the U.S. A memorandum of understanding has yet to be signed, and there are certain changes that could be possible for the same. And nuclear issues will be discussed in later stages. Again, Iran's Arakchi saying that nuclear issues will be discussed in the later stages. That's all. Sending it back to you. If there's anything on Roku, I'll be sure to let you know.
I mean, just as a clarification, there's just some accounts on X have been saying rumors that they are looking at a sale. There is a very big difference between a company saying we're gonna, even if the company came out and said that they're exploring strategic options, that would just be them saying it with no firm offer. This is just random people saying it online. And whether they do it or not, who knows? It's already starting to give back that move. So I just want to get that out there. Sometimes it ends up being true, but if there was an actual potential offer coming through, a lot of times they would halt. Sometimes they would halt the stock and just say, hey, let this news come out and not have people get rinsed. We saw that happen a couple of years ago live on this show with Spirit. It was Spirit Airlines. Yeah, I got caught.
We're not getting caught on anything right now as the market's moving back in, and there goes NVIDIA, there goes the market. We did, I liked the market short earlier, so I mean, we started it there. We had to hold out to get more shorts up here, and now, we're enjoying some of those trades. But yeah, Roku, good talk. And once we said, if there's anything official, I mean, SIA is looking for official prints and everything. So if something does come out in the press, we'll give that to you. But there it is right now, 140 on Roku. We're just going to give that a little bit of movement now. And I think if there is an official comment from the company, they'll probably halt it and then open back up pretty orderly. And it shouldn't be more than 5 or 10 minutes, just to get that clear out there as well. Why am I seeing SMR on the radar here? Well,
it was up 5%.
Yeah, it's because of this stupid VWAP right here. But you are starting to, it's still pretty good, up 3.5. I actually talked about uranium with Kevin yesterday. Kevin O'Leary, of course, joined us live here yesterday at 10:30. And it was a great interview, and good job by Brendo there. And we had also the CEO of BitZero as well on board. So, but yeah, just looking at this just one more time, it's a tricky trade, right? I mean, there's no doubt about it. When you look at the uranium patch or this trade, it's going to be difficult because you're near these lows now for SMR, and if you do break it, this is another name that's not making any money, and who knows where the future of the SMRs, and of course it's NewScale, that's the name of the company, and it's small modular reactors. We do follow names here like Oklo, Oklo is a good one. And the other one, I keep on confusing Oklo with IonQ.
108 times sales for SMR.
108?
108 times sales, $3.3 billion market cap.
Okay,
for SMR. You know what you're dealing, you know what you're getting here. You know what you're getting. You're getting a shot play if you're trading, if you own SMR, and I say that as someone who owns SMR. I think, was that Sia? Back to the desk.
Yeah, just an update on the Roku thing. These are reports coming also. Bloomberg's been cited. Roku is said to be in sale talks, including possible media tie-up. And Roku is said to have held talks with at least one U.S. media company. No final decision has been made yet, and talks may not certainly lead to sale. It could not, said by sources, but Roku is up 17% on the day.
And so a guy from work had asked me when my last buy on SMR was. I actually have to look back at the chart to be. It's not in the last year, not even close to the last year. It would have been at $13, and I sold 2/3 of it on the way up. So the last time it was at 13, that wasn't this year on the daily. It was a long time ago on SMR. Yikes! I can't even look at a daily chart. I'd have to look at a weekly chart. If you're curious, because I would have bought it at, it would have been this hold of 13. Yeah, so call it probably somewhere in April of 2025. I could probably look it up, but I remember it being at 13 and then holding some higher lows, and then sold 2/3 on the way up. I still hold the last third for the shot. But I said this a week ago. For myself, I'm just speaking for myself here. When I just read to you that it's like 100 times sales, whatever it is. In my mind, that last third I'm holding on to, if it goes to zero, I can accept that. Because to me, that's the kind of company you're holding. But I also will not be, if it goes to like $150 in the next 5 years, then I feel like that's in the realm of possibility too. Like it's an absolute shot play. And you know when you're doing these kinds of, well, I shouldn't say you know. Let's just say I know that if I had something like that in my portfolio, this is not me sitting there holding Amazon. I'm holding SMR. It could be a nothing burger. It could also be huge. And the reality is if you're looking for something that's going to go, if you think you're getting a 50x or whatever without risk of it losing everything, then I don't know. I've got some magic beans that I would like to sell you if that's the case. There's no such thing as a free lunch, right? You got to risk it for the biscuit until these things can go to zero. Plain and simple.
Yeah, talking about risking something for the biscuit. Yeah, SpaceX today, well worth all the risks apparently. Well taken off the open there by everybody. All of us had this long and it was well traded. And then right into here again, look at this short, just coming right into VWAP, man. I mean, we're just coming right in hot fire this afternoon, man. And sometimes we talk about like when you get that mojo, I feel like we have it right now, man. I mean, we're very, very confident in what we're doing. We just took $7. We just got a 163 fill right there. So that's 163 flat we just took. So, I mean, we're short at 170. This trade, and I just hope that you guys, whatever, I mean, if you're new to here, when we were building this, my stop was 171. So we were building this with about $1.30, $1.40, $1.50 worth of risk, and now it's $7 in the money. This is exactly the way that I'm trying to trade, and it's support and resistance, and it's boom shakalaka. So, again, just a small board lot there, but we had it, and now it's to the downside. So, so far so good. We have about 15 to 20% left of this name right now, and we're working it out. So actually, we're down to 15% now because we did get that fill. So there it goes. Nice move. We'll see about how much lower it wants to go now, but it's SpaceX heading lower. And then NVIDIA, man. I mean, this one's been, I wish it was better than this, honestly, because we did start small there when I thought it was going to break. We did take some at the 25 period. We did take VWAP. So, it's working out for us, but at the end of the day, it's not really tanking. We do have some great fills. It's these fills that we made the money on. Right now, we're just cashing out a little bit, but we actually made money on these ones. So far, so good there. Back over to Sia. There's a lot of news coming right now from the Middle East. So we'll see what Sia has for us right now.
Is there?
We'll get to that news in a second. Money Talks. Just quickly, the GBP on track for a 0.5% weekly gain against the USD, trading around $1.03 area. Investors are shrugging off that soft UK GBP data, also focusing on that optimism that the US-Iran peace deal may be signed this weekend. After that, we have the dollar hovering, just holding steady today between the 99.70 and 99.85 region, hovering near a 10-week high. The rupee as well jumped sharply against the dollar today, closing in at 95.18 after global prices fell to 2-month lows on that Iran-US breakthrough. Sending it back to you and looking at this Iran news for you.
Bosnia scored. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. You know what? Honestly, man, I'm not going to worry about
I wish I had the stream.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about any sort of like, what was I gonna say, like spoiler alerts or anything like that. I mean, if you're this is live right now happening.
Yeah, we're live. If you're watching the game, you're watching the game. Like I don't have the game up anywhere. It's just disappointing to see.
Yeah.
This city was ready. This city is really wanting obviously a win. Like it's on home turf, man. Like you got to be able to figure it out. We
were heavy favorites in this game.
Well, how many times are we going to get a chance to be favorites at home and a chance to win? So it's early in the
Yeah, 21 minutes. So
the problem is the guy that's missing.
Come on, Sharif, cheer louder, Sharif. Cheer louder.
Well, just don't stomp on the bleachers too hard, though. Just cheer safely.
He says he got good seats. I don't think he's in those bleachers.
No?
No.
He's Sharif balling like that? Huh?
Yeah. He said he was able to pick up some decent tickets. They weren't that expensive. I was saying that you could get in there for a couple $100 actually. But again, you have to sit at those bleachers. All right, so we are bleeding to the downside now. $8 in as we have turned bearish on SPCX. And yeah, man, making money long, making money short today. My biggest day of the year. I hope it was everyone else's as well, if you're able to take advantage of those moves. But hey, man, its trading style is not for everybody. But glad you guys were able to watch out for these moves. And let's go back over again to Miss Sia at the desk.
Yeah, just a couple headlines coming in from Iran's Foreign Minister Arakchi saying that the nuclear issue and lifting of Iran's sanctions have been postponed to the second stage. And 60 days of negotiation time is predicted for these topics. End of war on all fronts, including in Lebanon, will be under an interim deal. He said end of U.S. blockade and reopening of Hormuz is also part of this interim deal. Also saying that enemies like Israel are against an agreement between Iran and the U.S. And finally, they're saying that both sides will respect each other's sovereignty. After 47 years, the U.S. respects Iran's, and the first time it will not interfere in Iran's internal affairs. These are coming from Iran, Iran's Foreign Minister Arakchi. Just keep an eye out at the market and USO.
All three. Thank you very much.
This doesn't sound like very good news.
No, it does not sound like very good news.
You know, so I'm thinking to myself.
Good news. Well, the only good thing is it's not affecting anything over here in the oil futures. And the market doesn't seem to be freaking out over it, but...
I mean, it's unfortunately, there's sort of the elephant in the room looks like it's going to be Israel. And it's just like the U.S. may want to do something. Doesn't mean that it's going to be followed. And that's just unfortunate because I know there's a lot of work being put into this. And we do hope, for the safety of the whole region there. And, it just sucks because drones are flying everywhere, man. And you never know where you're going to get hit. We did see an Amazon, I think it was a warehouse. It might have been in Dubai or, no, was it Saudi Arabia or maybe Qatar?
Iran's saying they were going to target...
Didn't they send drones at the Burj Khalifa as well at the beginning?
Well. They've already been going after Amazon. Said other corporations could be in play. It's just in general, look, man, whether it's oil prices down, not wanting to escalate to the point where troops get, because that's the last thing you want to see, is where you get troops on the ground, because then it just gets even worse and there's even more loss of life, and absolutely nobody wants to see that. And I know it's a horrible thing to say that, hey, the market's shrugging it off, but this is about trading and investing to a certain extent. That's what it is all about. And it is a good sign for the market when it shrugs off bad news. So there is that aspect, but man, that kind of sucks. Just for everyone that if you just tuned in now, so remember when Roku was pulling back on these rumors? Not anymore. It's not. Roku's now up 22% on this Bloomberg rumor that they're exploring a sale. Now 23% on this rumor that they're and it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor at this point. They're almost at 150 bucks, and of course at 52-week highs. No, these are not all-time. Pretty sure they're not all-time highs because this was one of those stocks that did you know what way back during COVID, which was go absolutely ham. So if I pull up a monthly, I think 480. The double top that will be in textbooks for a lot of companies. Now, Roku's not going anywhere near that price, even if they get a. Like it's hard to say if they did a deal what it would be. Because typically when you look at premiums, you're talking about different sectors. I have no idea what that sector would be like. If they're a buyer farmer, I'd tell you like 40 to 60% kind of been normal this year. I have no idea with Roku.
This is too much.
What is this?
I don't know. This does not look like Obi, but this.
That's Obi?
Well, Obi sent this to me. So I don't know why it just doesn't tell to make this guy look like Obi. That would be even cooler. Obi, change it, man. Make this guy look like you. I think you should, because here it is. And look, just so if you guys want to know what reversion is, like it's going to say here, when price gets too stretched, it brings it back to the mean. So that's basically what I did here on SPCX. I know my man over here is short as well.
175 short.
Yeah, he was short. Just telling us there was 175 was the short sort of that he was looking at, and that's where you're still short? I don't know.
No, I covered.
Oh, he's covered. He's out. So, okay. But anyways, at the end of the day, this is kind of funny. Let's just look at this. There it is. Too far. I'm just cracking up here, man. We do have a good time here. Too far from VWAP. Not on my watch. You know, extension detected. Too far. Pulling it back. There's VWAP. This is great, man. I'm now jealous about this. This is awesome.
Math.
Mean reversion never sleeps. That's awesome. Not magic, just math and discipline. I think that's key. I mean, the just math part gives you part of the ticket. Like right now we're $9
is the key part.
Yeah, like right now we're $9 in the money, so you know anybody can do this. But every pump has a chaperone. That's funny. So there's the green one. There's the red one. Plan, execute, revert, repeat. Perfect. He even has a cup here. Revert, refuel, repeat. This is too much. And apparently made it on ChatGPT, so means greater than ego. So yep, I agree with that one. Current mission, return to VWAP. So yeah, that's hilarious. So shout out to Obi, man. The reversion man is in our building right now. And here it goes, man. Wow, 160 now? Are you kidding me? This is now not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. $9 right now, almost a 10 spot in the money here on SpaceX. As we're doing it live, we're doing it the other way completely again. Yeah, that's 9 of them there. Nice move to the downside now of 160. And hey man, we tweeted this out, honestly, before we even took any fills. So that's a nice move. Now we're starting to go to the downside there. Hope you guys have this one. And then there we go again, man. Kaboom, shagalaga right now with NVIDIA. We'll cover a little bit more here as that's bleeding down to the downside. So just like in gambling, we talk about it all the time. When you're seeing the board, you're seeing the board. And that was a good one. We did get a little more confident today because of what we did early. So that put me in that spot. And, you know, that $23 that we paid for to short, you know, the 100 shares, that's 23 cents. So you're seeing right now that we're now in the money $9. 900 cents costs me 23.
Yeah, because all you do with that is you just add it to whatever your stop is. If your stop's like $1.50, it's like $1.73.
Yeah,
and that's how you do the math. Because we get the question all the time for locates: is it worth paying for it? Just add it to the amount that you're about to risk. And if it's too much, then you don't do it. And if it isn't, then you just go ahead and you pay for it.
Yeah.
23 cents is actually pretty cheap. I bet you we're the only ones that are actually, I bet you almost no other brokers are giving it for a reasonable price.
And if you have a broker that gave it to you, let us know the price, because that way we'll be able to compare ours v theirs.
I have a level of confidence that Real Trading, by the way, the new Real Trading book by Daniel Schlepfer, a good friend of ours, the man behind Real Trading. This is now on an Amazon. You can check it out. Nice little plug there. No, I think our locates are almost always competitive. That's one of the biggest advantages of trading with a prop firm. It's not just using someone else's capital, but you get plenty of opportunity. I believe we're going to be going to the desk. I see a certain someone. We've got Obi-Wan in the building today. And Obi-Wan.
Oh, Obi-Wan, I get it. Yeah,
Obi-Wan.
Good one.
Obi-Wan.
Oh, this is cranking.
Are we going to this? No. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take full credit for that joke, Neil, but that was a good joke. No, that's not fair. Anyways, we're gonna talk about our segment right now. We have Juan here with us who's gonna take us through the Asian market summary, just like we did in the morning about the European market. We have the Asian markets now. Juan, what do you have for us today?
Before I start, absolutely lovely nickname for me, Obi-Wan.
Thank you.
I'll give Sia the credit for that. But anyway, Asian markets ending the week on a high note. of geopolitical optimism as well as lower energy prices. So we even see the Kospi in South Korea up by 4.63%, Nikkei in Japan up by 2.81%, and also Taiwan up 2.30%. Huge market movers across the entire East Asian markets. Equity surge of the US-Iran diplomatic progress. This helped reset that of global risk appetite, and it sparked massive regional short covering, especially in Asia. Now, when we take a look at this foreign capital floods, it's all going back into Seoul, South Korea. South Korea's Kospi jumped by about, 4.63%. That's snapping a 24-day foreign selling streak. We saw a huge amount of tech inflows, 2.2 trillion won, boosted, of course, by Micron's gains. And even Samsung rose by about 7.86% overnight, even triggering a trading halt. So well done there for South Korea. Now, what to expect next week before trades open on Monday? We need to make sure that the durability of this diplomatic peace, it happens over the weekend. I don't know what's going to happen over the weekend, but it is going to be a big factor. You got to watch the weekend news on US-Iran. And yeah, any friction that can lead to a gap down on opening on Monday, that's something that you need to watch out for.
True. That is something you need to watch out for. Thank you so much for that. We're going to send it back to the boys. Thank you so much, Juan, for that recap. Sending it back to the guys.
Thank you, Juan. And love the shirt. Keep it Friday. That's what it's all about. No, someone just said in the chat, I love the fact that on TTV, every single day is casual Friday. Gotta be comfortable, man. Like, this is the thing. And we're not, this ain't no CNBC or whatever. Like, no one, the only person allowed to wear a suit is Raheem, because that's just how he rolls up in here. Everyone else keeps it nice and chill. Polo.
Yeah, I mean, I just do what I want, but I do agree with be comfortable. That's the number one thing.
Being comfortable is
right here.
Super important. Imagine we were sitting around like this for the IPO to open in a stuffy suit, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, you do not need that. Like, if you're sitting there and you're like no, that's not worth it. Like,
look, man, I'm proving, hopefully we're all proving our worth every day, and you don't have to judge a book by its cover. So, if you want me to wear a suit, we'll wear a suit for sure. But here it comes right to the downside. There's $1. Like, look, man, just since you guys have started the show, man, we're 10 in on SpaceX. We're $1.50 now in on NVIDIA, and we talked about the bleed, and it's coming back in right now. We have a quarter left of this position, so we'll cover a little bit more here at the lows of the day. This is what we wanted. We wanted this level, and it came through, and now, the floodgates are potentially opening up here to the downside, and here we go again, man. It's just it's been that kind of a day as we wait out to hear more information on Team Canada, hopefully.
Well,
I don't know what's going on right here. Still 1-0 right now. Bosnia versus Canada right now, 33-minute mark.
Just sent me another link that doesn't work. I give up.
I don't even want to watch it. I already have the thing there.
It doesn't matter. I can have it on the site. It doesn't really make it.
But there's the move down into 204.
It does, and the best thing about it, like today's obviously like been a good day, but someone in the chat was like, you can find trades everywhere, and they're like, well, why do you have space short? Because it's literally a $4 stock. It's sitting in a 4-to-1 trade. It's 3 cents worth of risk, and it went down 17 cents at best. Like at best, it's been 5-to-1, and that's sort of the idea. When you're day trading, you can. Like, there's a lot of ways in which you can, let's just say, butter your bread, if we're using a phrase. It doesn't make a difference. All it has to do is be positive. Like, you can sit there. People didn't want to take the opening print on SpaceX because it's not their jam. You didn't have to do that. You could have not taken the opening print, waited for the flush out, and maybe punched like a 52 or 53 if that's what you're comfortable with. There's lots of opportunities out there in the market. It's just a matter of finding something that works out for you. And back to the story this afternoon. Roku continues to hold on, which I'm a little bit surprised by. Usually when we get a rumor like this, it'll find a top. And when you don't have any kind of confirmed actual offers, if it's just that they're exploring. But this is really holding on to the gains, up 21% on this Bloomberg. We might be exploring a sale rumor. And we know how that track record's been with Bloomberg. let's just say these Bloomberg headlines have not been the best. Although most of the time that they're bunk, it's usually when they're talking about Apple.
Yeah.
Or usually it's when they're talking about a Mag 7 rumor. They tend to be bunk. In this particular case, the buyers seem to really be cool with this, especially going into a weekend. Which I don't know. Like, I'm not fading. I've considered fading it, but this is really strong, holding up on Roku. It's holding trend. It's doing everything. Maybe it just doesn't make any sense. 20 minutes to go. We'll see what happens. And don't tell me, Eric, that SpaceX failure to launch. If you bought at 150, you're in the money. If you got the issue at 135, you're in the money. You can't say failure to launch. It's also done more volume notionally than any stock in the history of the exchange. And it's done so in the money, right? So more shares have changed hands in the history of the exchange at an in-the-money price. If that's not successful for a first day, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I'm not trying to be an Elon Homer or anything, but I don't own shares yet. But that's successful. You have to call that successful.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And in fact, let's just do one of these right now and find out who exactly is here with us. As we stay late, man, 1-0 Bosnia over Canada. Yeah, MF Dane Generous, you can go for sure. Let us know if somebody scores. 1.7 trillion, yeah, valuation up 20%. Good move there. So we'll say what's up to Dane. We'll say what's up to Luis Suarez. What's up to Jake Weston here today. What's up to Monty is here. So just thank you for joining us today on this kind of a day as we start to run these stocks to the downside again, man. We're still short SpaceX, that's 10. We're still short NVIDIA, that's $1.50. And we're short, Neil's short Virgin Galactic. T-Money says, yo, what's up, T-Money? Hope you're doing well. That's for sure. Roll call's here. What's up, Andrew Chow is here. Customer ATH. You're at all-time highs, customer. That's a good one. Dan Utt is here. LFG, yeah. Bonjour. Bonjour. Ça va bien? How are you guys doing over there? Hi, it says Montreal. What's up, Montreal? Group is here as well. Arun Warrior. Andrew already said hi. Yo, appreciate you too, Dane. Who's buying the dip, says TT6205. Shane says, hey, what's up? Hey, Shane, what up? Right there. VWAP is there as well. Yeah, apparently. Nightbot is here. What's up, Nightbot? Thanks for keeping it real. Ivar is here as well. Blue Sports. Everybody is back in the building. But, thank you again for all of that. Crashing is this. SpaceX downside right now. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of puns about, SpaceX going to the moon or SpaceX coming back down to Earth. But right now it is coming back down to Earth as it tries to put out some new levels here on the day. We haven't seen these levels since basically the first, I don't know, what time is that, 12:04? First 15 minutes. This opened up at 11:46 today, which is great. We hadn't been down in through this. We were just finally now breaking VWAP over the last 20 minutes or so. Downside there on SpaceX. Looks like it wants to keep on going lower here. So yeah, interesting levels. But yeah, man, we ran it both ways, short and long. The short is actually, this was a much more, profit-wise, it's not even close. But, this is actually a more controlled trade. Just straight downside. It went against us, but it didn't tick out, which unthankfully, this one did. But there it is, downside now. Pretty smooth trade, as Neil mentioned there. We risk $1 and change. We're now in the money 10. And it's just real, right? This is what we're doing. And I just hope that you guys have been able to grab some of that short right now. Did I say it was $10? It's now $11. And we're getting lower and lower and lower. So I'm going to take another bid here. We have parts to get out. We can start getting part filled on the way out here. So we'll put another bid right down there at 158.40s. Hopefully we get that, and then maybe we can get a little bit lower right now. But there it is, doing it again and again and again. And someone just mentioned IREN. I don't know. There was a big volume spike on IREN.
It was a dark pool wick. I checked it out.
We just bought this in our own account too at $51 a couple times. So we actually have a decent sized position now on IREN. Probably the most I'll put in. I don't know. If it breaks lower, we can decide then. But the 200 period is now at 48, so that's pretty much, our price is 51, so we're getting close to that. Let's see if IREN wants to run to the upside, and hopefully that's something that we can, celebrate at some point in the near future. But that's another trade there that we just put in our personal account. And I do have, talk about the winners, talk about the losers. We say that we do that here. I do have CEG in the account as well, and that's not been great. We bought some 300, then we bought some 260. My average price on this is 280. So we'll wait to see if CEG comes back to life here, Constellation. But we'll run IREN and see if that works out. Good trade downside SpaceX, good trade downside NVIDIA. It's $1 on here. It's 11 on the other one. That's what we're doing. It's 342, almost getting ready for those imbalances.
Nothing there on the imbalances. Still just Pfizer and TME, RHI. That's actually a decent size imbalance at 2.4 sell. Gap is 1 million if you're interested in that. TDOC 1.1. I think the most interesting thing will be any space stock at the imbalance, and specifically Rocket Lab, because Rocket Lab, remember, we haven't even, thankfully it was in the watch list. We actually haven't even mentioned this too much today. Rocket Lab is going into the NASDAQ 100. Like, that was the other side of the announcement. And if you get our free watch list, then you'd already know this, because, and I can actually throw it up here for anyone that's in here. It's like, here we have CoreWeave got added to the NASDAQ 100 index along with A-Lab, Teradyne, and Rocket Labs. And that is effective the 22nd, which, by the way, is a Monday instead of a Friday, because that's just because of Juneteenth. So Rocket Lab, maybe it have an imbalance, I don't know, but you factor SpaceX, and then you throw in the entire sector is big. It's the end of the week, right? There's a lot that could be going on there. I'll have that up. Like, my plan of action, I think, is to have that one up for the potential imbalance trade. And that could be a big trade, who knows? One of the things we talk about is like those liquidity events. I expect those will be liquidity events when they come to the NASDAQ and we get that closing trade. Not today, but that will be, I'd say a week from, but it's not a week from now. It's a week and 2 days because it'll happen on the Monday. So I expect that to be a big one. The Rocket Lab's down 10%. You know this one can be volatile. You know it's going to move. No question about it. I actually think I'm going to get the fill on my personal account.
Nice.
Because it might happen. SP. Why is it the same ticker? Whatever. They should change a letter or something for the CDR. In my opinion, they should. I'm sitting at 150, 154.69 in my personal account, or the equivalent to. But the math isn't exactly right. I just sort of divide that by 6. So the math isn't exactly right if you trade the CDR, but there's an outside chance. By the way, when I say CDR, it's a Canadian Depository Receipt. That just means if you're here in Canada, then you can buy this in Canadian dollars, and you can have it sit in your TFSA. I don't have to transfer or convert it into US dollars. That's all. That's all we need. And basically every major stock is that way. That's the only thing I ever buy anymore, as long as they have it. Like, they don't have a few things.
No, they don't have every single one. There. But all right, guys. I mean, again, thank you so much for joining. I hope everybody does have an absolutely fantastic weekend, right? Next weekend's going to be only 4 days. Next week, sorry, is only going to be a 4-day week as we have Juneteenth coming through on the Friday. So, that should be good. Get a little bit of time, with the family and spend it, barbecuing or whatever everyone's doing on those days as we get ready for July 4th as well, coming out. And we do have a big UFC event this weekend on the lawn. So that should be a lot of fun to see how that winds up going down there. Yeah, ding, ding, ding. We're getting ready for that fight to happen. That should be a lot of fun. I don't know enough
Joe's
about
betting so much that
Joe's gone. So
he's been saying he's going to bet so much that he might not be here on Monday with a massive parlay.
Is Juneteenth, you guys, I thought, what's up to Rose? I don't know if you're just, people obviously are going to have their opinions on Juneteenth, but I thought, is it a national holiday? Yeah, so I thought, we don't get it here in Canada. No. So I don't know if it's, and I'm
a market.
I'm not trying to create all this controversy.
We know it's a market holiday.
I just don't know, is it a day, I mean, you guys let us know, like, if you're working, is it one of those national holidays, basically, where everybody gets it off, so let us know if that's the case. I'm not trying to, I don't know.
My understanding is the market only closes on full holidays. Because they try to keep the stock market open as much as possible. Like, it has to be, usually it's only a national holiday, or special circumstances, which you hope never happen. Like, the only time the stock market has been closed more than 3 days in a row, which is an actual rule, was unfortunately 9/11. And you hope that never happens. That never happens again. But I guess it's probably a national holiday or bank holiday or whatever it might be. I just like it when Canadian and U.S. holidays link up. Everything around. If you ever see in Canada, like in most businesses, like, things really slow down when the U.S. market is closed. Like people that try to trade TSX, like the Toronto market will be open next Friday, and then you sit down and pull up the TSX, it'll be like watching paint dry. It's like trading on the Friday of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's what the TSX looks like when the U.S. markets are closed. And it's the same thing with Europe, too. Like, everything revolves around the U.S. capital markets. They should just link them up.
All right, 50.47. I'm wondering about just stopping, not stopping, but just getting a bid here. Actually, you know what? Don't wonder, just do it. We'll put a bid there at 27s on NVIDIA, just to get out. You know, like if it just does come back in here to NVDA. We do have some good outs at 204. We take another out here at 30 before, and just we do have those imbalances coming out. And of course, Neil has sort of showed those a little bit. There's nothing on NASDAQ. Those will show up. Oh, here, sorry about that. I want to sort by size. It's still sorted by times. That's why I was going hard. SpaceX, that's an old one. So that was what was left when the order ran, right? So at 146.45, that's when we opened it up finally. There was 4 million shares on the buy side still at that time, I guess. And we did see a nice little move higher there. All these other ones are active, but they're on the New York. So we're going to wait to get a NASDAQ update very, very soon. So that's what's happening right now. 345 right now, 350. So in 2 minutes, actually, we will get these all updated, and we're going to see where it goes from here. But still, good trading here. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. I think it's see you now.
Yeah, just taking a look at more comments as we wrap up the market coming in from Iran. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Iran, Abbas Araghchi, saying that for Iran, the only preferred solution for its highly enriched uranium stockpile is down blending the material. And just coming in now, our sword will always hang over the Strait of Hormuz. I don't think this is good news, but it is news. Iran's Araghchi saying that our sword will always hang over the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
On the rail, not off the rails, but on it. Thoughts on swing for Palantir, stop at 125. Let's pull up a higher time frame, man.
Stop.
PLTR, and we'll look at my gut instinct is to pull up a weekly. You probably don't want, the weekly works fine. Because the weekly is gonna show you, you look 125, it's been holding this support. Why not? Like it has broken trend, but this is an area that you at least you know where your out is. Like you're not looking at anything that's crazy there. I can't tell you what to do, but I mean you've got prior support which is holding. Imbalances just came out and nothing crazy. 1.9 million buy. What? Oh yeah, 1.9 million buy on SpaceX. Pfizer, who cares? Well, maybe you do. It's a sell. TLT is a buy of 2.5, but SpaceX 1.7 million sell, 5 million paired. Remember,
No, SpaceX a buy.
Yeah, buy, that's what I said.
Oh, sorry,
The other one was a sell. But keep in mind, SpaceX has already done almost half a billion shares in volume. 480, I see 482 million. I assume that is correct. 1 million shares into 482 million is not a lot. I think we all know that. Well, obviously, I think it needs to be said. NVIDIA is a small buy at 1 million to the buy.
But maybe it gives you like the general feel of what.
Maybe, but it's not a lot of notional volume. That's all. Record day in terms of volume. Scott wants to know what SMCI is. If I have to scroll really far down, then it's probably a nothing burger. You see Amazon in there. I probably have to. I'll throw to Sean and I'll find SMCI for you if you're really curious. My guess is probably nothing though.
Sure, have a quick look and we'll be able to find it. All right, so I covered a little bit there on a 160 break. I'm now bidding 159. We are almost out of this name, 5% left on that trade, so that's going to be a good one. And then we did cover out some NVIDIA. We're pretty good on that, man. We got down there at 204.25, and I just covered the rest here at 50s. Actually, it's 4. Yeah, that was a 50 break, and that was 40. So, we're covered out of NVIDIA. That was a good trade there. NVIDIA, so look, my number one stock on the day, it's SpaceX. It'll be my number one stock on the year. So, well, we'll see what happens with Anthropic. But, so that was that trade. So we did that today. We did NVIDIA today, right? Boom, we just took that right now for the very first time. We didn't trade anything off the open. All we did off the open was this with Oracle. We had a oopsie moment on Oracle where we went long at 182 and got stopped out pretty much immediately within the first 5 minutes of that trade. That was at 940 when the market was bleeding down, and I just thought Oracle had a chance to do better, and they didn't. So that was quickly in and out there. And then the number one P&L stock SpaceX is one, but this is two. So we did the same kind of thing there. We got dropped out there on the TQs early. Then and this is the NASDAQ, this is the trading the market. Then it popped. So that was a good trade, and this is gonna be my second number 2 trade today. So we only have a few symbols in, and normally I trade 4 or 5 symbols, and it's Excuse me, no different today. NVIDIA, Oracle, SpaceX, and the Qs. And that's it for me. So we got another super chat. Oh, yeah, long VLY and MFG. VLY is
as for the total numbers.
ETF?
The S&P 500, I think, is 1.3 billion. Buy NASDAQ 383 million, Dow 800 million on the imbalances. Mag 7 400 million.
It's Adara that does that.
Yeah, usually
Trader,
Adara does that, but I just looked them up, and there you go. That's what they are.
I believe you can get it from Financial Juice's tweet.
No, it's fine.
So-
I just read the same thing. It takes 2 seconds.
Come on, Adara.
Long VLY.
Adara's got a trained Sia, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on, bro. We can't do everything over here. But yeah, Sia's doing a great job. Adara's back on Monday, and Sia will be joining her on the desk anyways. So shout out to the good job today. Look, today was a hard day for news. I mean, we got a lot of breaking news in the space as far as Iran is concerned, so we did cover that. All right, VLY, Valley. Okay, I don't know. You look up MFG.
I
don't know what this is. VLY. So Valley National Bancorp. Okay, well, there you go. A regional bank, it sounds like, right there. I like regional banks, but the problem is, as lending becomes harder and harder with an increased interest rate environment. Now, I don't know enough about this business. Do they hold mortgages? I'm not sure, but this looks like it's pretty hot fire. I mean, a lot of banks, we did see JP Morgan on the reversal today. We know that there's near 52 and all-time highs on Citigroup, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs. I mean, there's a lot of good love in the banking space right now. And it looks like this one, VLY Bancorp. So maybe it's outside of the US, but nice move higher there on VLY. And I would just say building off of this 200, pretty good, man. You held it there. Looks like we held it again, and now you're extended out. Always take profit if you're getting a little bit nervous. Nothing wrong with taking out half or a quarter of your position because, yeah, this one's really matured up into what looks like to be a good hold.
I'm only guessing that it's outside of the U.S. because Mizuho is. Because MFG is Mizuho, and that's a Japanese bank.
Right, yeah. Well, it says Bancorp, so sometimes those
So my guess is that you're talking about a couple of like foreign banks, or I don't look Gulf franchise.
Swiss francs.
We make assumptions that half our viewers in the U.S. So if you're not even in the U.S. and maybe it's not a foreign bank to you, but yeah, a couple of foreign banks, both that are very strong. Financials definitely have a place in portfolios. I think most people will understand that they are the kind of like very good, boringly green and consistently positive parts of the portfolio. But when you get into some of the smaller ones, or even in this particular case where you might be talking about the foreign ones, it's not the same as JP Morgan. Being Mizuho is not going to be the same, but the trend is your friend till the end. Unlike the last, this hasn't gone to its highs. So you do still have a little bit of overhead resistance going, but it's in a great trend. I can't say anything negative there. And I always say that I love having financials in my portfolio. I just own a couple of Canadian banks and Morgan Stanley though. Like I keep it pretty simple. It looks like we paired off on not on NVIDIA. NVIDIA is still about $1 million to the buy side, but SpaceX paired off, at least from what I can see. It's not there anymore. What is going on? GLW wasn't there before. So Corning's now 1.5 million to sell. Good day for Corning, by the way. Corning lost the 50 period a couple of days ago, and it's right back above it. Good company, but a sell imbalance up 1.7% that just showed up there for GLW. We like them. Here we go.
Has Corning?
So this is Pacific. We'll throw it up the right way. Like SpaceX and CAD, good volume. Your thoughts? Yeah, like just understand that the CDR, at times, the CDRs will have a greater actual spread, and it trades at about 1/6 the price. But I've seen a couple times where like it has a 2-cent spread, and SpaceX should then have a 12-cent spread, but it might be tighter than that. And at the open, for myself, I would never want to, after what happened today, I wouldn't want to get involved in this at the open. Like this opened not at the same time. It opened like an hour later. But believe me when I tell you, this dropped initially like 5%. SpaceX might have moved 1.5% in that same moment. So there was a disconnect off of the open, and then it starts tracking normally. But it was funky for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then it got pretty normal. So it's fantastic products. Believe me, I invest in them all the time. To the extent that they exist, that's what I use because we're here in Canada, so I like these CDRs. I like these ADRs. They're fantastic products. Just if you can choose, it's a pure trade to just be in SpaceX like Sean is, because you're going to have more volume, more liquidity, and tighter spreads, which is what you should want as a trader. I like these for an investment.
Yeah, I did get involved. I got involved at 170, 171 there on SPCX. So I'm in just a little bit there. I always think that there is a chance, you know, Monday this thing catches upgrades and we take off. So I'm in it now and just don't have the patience. I have the patience to wait. I'm in maybe 10% of the position that I hope to eventually get. And I do have a bid at 150 proper. So if it does come in proper, I mean, again, on the Canadian one. So if it comes in somewhere to 151, 152.
It's about just underneath 25 bucks.
Yeah, so we'll probably, I think I'm bidding around 25, maybe even 25 even. So yeah, SpaceX, let's just close this trade off again. We did have a nice little late day run there in NVIDIA. So I don't know exactly what was up with that one, but we did cover NVIDIA right back there into VWAP. So all my orders are now canceled. And here we go, SpaceX. Let me just put another bid out. Just take this bid right here at 70. And yeah, so far so good. And there it is. Oh, she already talked about that. The sword will always hang over the Strait of Hormuz. It could hang there, but I don't know what that really means. Because if there's...
you don't swing it.
Yeah, like if there's any sort of a thought of, you know, dropping those, they were putting mines in the Strait of Hormuz and all that kind of stuff. I think that would probably violate whatever ceasefire agreement or whatever that they're going to try to come up with. So we'll stay tuned to it. Join us on Monday when we'll be talking all about whatever happens.
We're going to close at the high
over the weekend.
We're still going to, let's.
All right, market's almost done. I got a bid out of this.
1 minute to go. We're closing at the highs.
It's amazing.
Ish. Like that has to be, look, plenty of people, myself included, I didn't think that the SpaceX Open was going to be a positive for the market. I kind of thought that it might get a little bit of a top-ish, and then we'd be selling off. And some stocks did, most stocks did not. Still lots and lots of strength. So I want to thank everybody for participating. With 30 seconds to go, well, it has been absolutely wild. What's so cool about this is sometimes, and we've seen this before with like imbalance days, sometimes the hype doesn't live up to, you know, you get all excited for an event and it fizzles. It doesn't move enough. The volume isn't there. Record volumes, record movement, and brought to you by the Origenics is this closing bell. I want to shout out to OGEN over there on the NYSE. Shout out to them as we close the week. SpaceX IPO day. I know there's a lot of haters out there, but it was a successful one. If you bought at 135, you won. If you bought at 150, you won. It's just that simple.
Yeah, it didn't come close to the 135, and of course the 150 you only broke that maybe temporarily in the first 2 seconds or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you're not a trader like us, the 150 worked.
Effectively, yes.
Yeah, and so, you know, even if you held it to 160 at the end of the day, still a nice little $10 win, and we can get those all over the place. So we're going to do that again here on the weekend. Have a good one. We're going to be back on Monday. It's 1-0 Bosnia versus Canada. They're at halftime. So they scored again? It's Yeah, they scored already. Yeah. They scored in the 20. They scored the 22nd minute.
Yeah,
so
half an hour.
it's been about a half hour, but now we're locked in at halftime. So have a good one, man.
The boys better come out playing hard.
We have, yeah, they will. They need that win. You can't lose a group stage.
No, you can't.
You know, you got to tie. And
we're favored to win. We cannot lose this
I know.
match.
So we got to hold out for that. All right, man, it's a baseball, it's a hockey. I'm off to a hockey game tonight, more tomorrow, baseball on Saturday.
I'm seeing Angel Reese on Sunday.
That's right, you're going to go see the Tempo there. Good luck with that.
We'll see.
You know what, I don't know if there's a
I've never been to a double.
No, it's only because it's literally right beside Toronto Stadium where the World Cup is.
But I don't think there's no matches on Sunday.
I don't know. I'd hope not, but I think you're fine. Okay, man, good one today. Yeah, congratulations. Check out this book, Real Trading.
Match, I'm screwed.
Go grab that. And yeah, what a day, man. I don't know if I need a drink, but I need something. So I will see you guys all.
A banana cognac.
Yeah, banana cognac. Thank you to Obi, man. The return of the Mac has happened today. It's Obi. He's back there. Everybody worried if he was okay. You know, Obi they always ask about this, man.
Like, how's Obi doing? He's all
He's
right.
been doing.
He's all right.
Obi has some special things to talk about in a little while. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but he's been busy working, and so we're really proud of him for that. He's going to be on the show, hopefully, you know, as much as we can get him on here as we, you know, negotiate some of these back and forth opportunities with us taking vacations and so on and so forth. Thank you to Sia for filling in all day today for Adara. So she's probably tired too.
You should always end like this.
Are you tired, Sia, for a full day work here?
I'm exhausted because I was working my other job last night, so I'm just tired. But my friends are heading to a bar now to drink, and I'm excited for that. So
there it is.
Good, there you go. Yeah, you can never be too tired to drink, apparently.
Exactly.
And then Joe's not here. We want to thank Joe and, of course, Obi as well. All right, Obi, let's, you don't have your mic, or you do have your mic. No, he does not. That's okay. Okay, well, all right, we can grab that one. Andre, set it up, because I want Obi to say goodbye to everybody. We always do it every single day, right?
Exactly.
So
Give him a shot.
let's get one last word in there from Obi.
I don't know if this is good.
Yep,
Are
it's
we
good to go.
Okay, yeah,
We're
we're
good.
good. Yeah, no, thanks.
All right, Obi,
thanks,
take us
guys.
out.
All right, yeah, no, thank you all for joining us today. Again, historic day, one of the biggest IPOs of all time, and this was the best place to be. So I want to thank you all for joining us here at Real Trading, and yeah, tune in for more coming in next Monday at Day Trading.
See you then, guys. Have a good
bye,
weekend.
guys. Have a good weekend.